Back to another episode of JK Amusements, everybody. We're your hosts, Jared and Kevin, as always, and we have a lot to talk about today. I think this might be the longest doc I've ever made. We're light on tech topics, but the gaming ones,
Oh my god, I was while I was waiting for you to hop on call, I was scrolling through them and I'm like,
there's a lot. There's a lot. A lot of surprisingly Resident Evil news of all things.
I know. That's why I was like, method for me bouncing around.
All right, so first things first, let's get right into it. Calling all old school NES nerds and other retro system nerds, and also if you own a VR headset that is compatible with Steam VR, or more specifically,
This is so far so me.
or more specifically, PC VR in general, not just Steam VR, but with PC VR in general, a new program called Emu VR has made it possible to emulate retro consoles inside VR headsets.
What would that entail?
I'll send you the link. I'll send you guys the link if you want to go look at it. They have a website for it. It's called emuvr.net. There, let me pull up the chat.
I'm gonna say emu.
Emu?
Like the animal. Like the
It's
animal.
a fucking emu!
It's a fucking emu!
His name's Wallace. Hold on, let me paste this link in the chat.
Oh, I'm looking at like the little 20-second.
It's yeah, like playing like with the light gun with Duck Hunt, like
This is so cool.
and they have a surprisingly comprehensive list of systems that are compatible right now. Like it goes PlayStation 1, GameCube, SNES, PSP, Game Boy Advance, Wii, Virtual Boy.
Dog,
And-
what? That's so cool.
Like
Oh my gosh, Emu VR.
like they have seven.
They're fucking
the
blowing up right
the
now.
list so far is 70 plus compatible systems that are able to be emulated currently in this program, and with plans to do further. Like they have further ones that they're planning to do as well.
What other systems are there?
So their future things that might be possible in the future is synchronized TV watching with friends. So they say that they're gonna try to make it so you could stream content from the 90s and 80s. So imagine watching cartoons with your friends.
Cool.
Like you know how
Yes.
Netflix has that feature Watch Party. Imagine they're working on something like that, but for like specifically retro content. Like imagine the old Power Ranger shows or the old Transformers cartoons.
Emu VR is literally just a nostalgia machine, and I'm here for it.
Basically, they're working on in-game web browsing, more compatible consoles, something called old school. They say they might be able to make a sort of DOS and Windows 95 emulation, so you could get old school PC.
What?
So you could get old school PC games on it. Imagine running the Doom, the DOS version of Doom in this on an actual DOS version inside of an emulation software. Like this is crazy. Like I'm so excited about this. Like I'm gonna look into downloading this over the weekend, and I want to give it a shot because like emulating
Yeah,
GameCube.
honestly, like if you do that tomorrow, I want to stop by.
Emulating
Look into that.
emulating GameCube games in VR. I had never thought of that. I had never thought of doing that. Like these guys are amazing. Something
Absolutely fucking wild.
Something
This is so cool.
Something to note though, it's only compatible with the following headsets. Emu VR is only compatible with the following headsets: Oculus Rift, Oculus Quest or Quest 2, via Oculus Link or a link cable with a Steam VR. Valve Index, HTC Vive, Windows VR, and it needs to be a 2D monitor. I don't know anyone who has a 3D monitor, so that's not really a big concern. But those are the parameters. So that means Emu VR will not work with PSVR or Oculus Go or any other type of VR. So it is only compatible with about, I think that was like a list of 5 headsets that is compatible with. But even still, like
This is huge. Yeah.
bringing it to Quest alone was a big good decision on that. And another thing to note, it is also the software is also in beta, so it is not a final version yet. But
this is very promising.
That makes me even more impressed that this is just a beta version.
Yeah. It's literally like I was like, oh, this isn't even the full thing. Oh.
Yeah, and that's another.
Can't wait to see what it's actually when it's going to be running at full power.
That's another thing to note. So the vibe that they're going for is they want to sort of enable the nostalgia factor of like waking up on Saturday morning, firing up your favorite cartoon when you were a kid and growing up in the 90s. And like the rooms that they create in this emulation software like seem to like show that. If you've ever fired up Steam VR, it's sort of like you know how there's like a living space that you're in. They have something akin to that. That's essentially what this is. And you're waking up in a bedroom, which is they're setting it up as your bedroom, and you got some TVs there, one for watching shows, one for watching.
I can't wait for them to be like part of the final update is room customization.
That's another big thing. Like they're also compatible with old school arcade games, like arcade cabinet games. Like these guys are coming from my heart, and they came out of nowhere. Another big thing to note that I am so happy about. They are keeping this. They said, like we have to hold them to account on this. But they said Emu VR will always be a free program. Always.
I'm going to send a paycheck. I'm going to send one of my paychecks
I'm going to
them.
donate to them. They have a Patreon.
Yeah,
they have a Patreon, so I might donate to them, honestly. They said if you want to support the project, we are on Patreon. So honestly, if
I might do that.
This sounds like a great project to get behind if you're like an old school gamer, especially. I'm very happy about this. But yeah, go check it out if you're interested in more on that. More tech news. Europe just keeps proving to us that it's a better place to live than the United States. Romania's largest internet service provider launches 10 gigabit per second Ethernet for just €10 a month.
Bro.
Do you know how much 10 gig Ethernet costs in the US?
What?
Not €10. I think I saw the price for 1 gig for me is like $140 per month. Like, it's insane. And they get 10 times the speed for like 1/15 the cost.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Yo.
It's upsetting, but like I'm very happy to see that. I'm very happy to see pro-consumer moves like that and making affordable broadband internet available everywhere, because the average internet speed in the US is actually only 25 megabits per second, and I didn't realize how good I have it when I got that put into perspective for me, because like I thought I had fairly average internet because I have about half a gig internet per second internet. But when I heard that other people have like 25 megabits per second, and sometimes they're lucky to have that because there are millions.
Yeah, because if that's the average, there is slower internet speeds.
No, there are tens of millions of Americans who don't have broadband internet access, and I think I forget who did it. It was maybe 582 did a poll on, or I don't know if it was a poll or a survey, but they conducted some form of public participation where they showed the largest outage maps for broadband service in the country. But yeah, I'll send you that. It's actually an interesting graph to look at. But yeah, I'm very happy that Romania has decided to do that. They've made affordable internet available everywhere in the country. This is interesting to me. Now, I'm not the biggest Chromebook fan.
No.
Like, I'm of the opinion that if you can afford something better, you should get it. However, it's interesting to see this. Microsoft is seemingly building an 11.6-inch low-cost laptop aimed directly at K through 12 schools, primarily targeting the Chromebook audience. So it seems like the for years and years we've had this sort of like Chromebook monopoly on like education systems, where they've sort of been like the sole provider of affordable technology to kids. But now it seems that Microsoft is entering the room, and it seems like they actually have a very compelling product for the price.
You know what? Good for Microsoft. I like this. This is a good move.
I'm glad that somebody has challenged the Chromebook status quo, and I think this is going to force Google to innovate further and make them more compelling, because I think the reason that I have such a big problem with Chromebooks is that
They sucked.
they're just not good, because like
No, they were awful. I hated using them in
and
school.
Google knows they're not good, but they know they don't have to do anything about it because there's no other competitor in the space. They knew.
That is no longer the case.
But I'm interested in what Microsoft has to put out with this. Apparently, the device is going to run on a specialized version of Windows 11 called Windows 11 SE, which is Windows 11 Special Edition. I think it's primarily aimed at Surface-like laptop brands, but this is not a Surface laptop. It's interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, kudos Microsoft. More gamer CPU news. Intel 12th Gen is finally here.
They're late, baby!
It is looking like pricing leaks were fairly accurate, although the lowest tier end processor starts off at $264, it looks like, which is the i5-12900KF, and the largest high-end processor is the i9-12900K, which starts off at a hefty $589. But those are for your primarily professional and high enthusiast builds. Like, I wouldn't recommend buying one of those unless you really need it. But yeah, I'm excited about a new generation of Intel this time, because for the new Intel motherboards, we are getting DDR5 RAM support, which is the new generation of RAM, and we are getting PCIe 5.0, which is a first, because we haven't gotten anything to challenge the limitations of PCIe 4.0, so that's pretty interesting to see. But yeah, Intel 12th Gen is here. I am waiting for AMD Zen 3 Plus or Zen 4, though. I'm probably Zen 4. What?
Hold on. Stop the stream. We need to hear about the burrito. It's a burrito supreme from Taco Bell.
Oh my god. Did you just get lunch before we started the call?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Basically.
But so I got home and was just like eating on the call, waiting. I was like, and like looking at the clock. I was like, And you were talking about the traffic coming home, because Kevin was like he like came in at the last minute, like he logged on to the call at 2:59, saying that he had 25 minutes of traffic, and I was going to mention the fact that there were two cars in front of me in the Taco Bell drive-thru, and the first one was there for 7 minutes, and that was also infuriating. But then you were like, you came in quick with, I was in traffic for 25 minutes, and I was like, yeah, my 7 minutes in the drive-thru behind one car in the drive-thru is not comparable.
Oh my goodness. I still would have been upset for you, though. I don't like dumb people preventing me from getting my food, especially
I
when I'm
actually
hungry.
yelled.
You
I
did?
was like, what is taking so long?
That would have made me upset too. More VR news. Facebook actually does something good. It looks like Facebook made it so that Oculus Go headsets, not Quest, Oculus Go headsets, are now fully unlocked, and they have removed Facebook integration from the device, because apparently Oculus Go headsets are no longer officially being sold by Facebook, so they're discontinued. So with that means that Facebook is no longer profiting off of new devices. So they have fully unlocked the Facebook integration, and they have unlocked the ability to run unconfirmed and uncosigned code on the device, which seems very interesting. I think we're going to see some interesting mods in the future for Oculus Go, considering that it is, in essence, completely open source now, I guess. So we'll have to see about that. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I need to talk to you about this because so supercomputers are like a lot of them are mainly used for scientific purposes, like for like projects or something like that. Like a research team will come in and like they have a particular experiment they want to run. Oh, was that a big burp?
Oh my gosh, I'm glad I muted.
Good. But yeah, a research team will come in and they'll have a particular experiment they want to run, like something they want to do with the supercomputer that requires the computational power of it. Well, we just got news about Intel's upcoming Aurora supercomputer, saying that it will generate performance in upwards of, we initially got reports that it would have generated performance of upwards of 2 exaflops. So
What?
I'm not even sure where that reigns. How big is an exaflop? I'm pretty sure that's like
Sounds like an ultimate move in like a cartoon wrestling game.
I'm pretty sure.
Exaflop.
I'm pretty sure that's at least 6 decimal points to the right of trillion. It's got to be more than exaflop. Exaflop. Oh, okay. An exaflop is like so it's not quite that. An exaflop is I was right. An exaflop is capable of performing 1 quintillion floating point operations per second. So you got trillion, then you got quadrillion, then you got
and
quintillion.
then quintillion.
So I was right. I got 6 decimal points over. Yeah. That was the initial expectation of this supercomputer, but now we are racing. Aurora computer is racing in zetaflops. I don't even know how big zetaflops is.
These all sound like
made up words.
Like I said earlier, they sound like ultimate moves in a cartoon wrestling game. You can fucking charge your meter and then you can perform your zetaflop.
I don't know. A zetaflop is almost in the. I feel like a zetaflop is in the realm of like, you assigned a number.
Absurdity.
You assigned a number to it, but like the number has really lost all meaning because like humans can't perceive. The human brain will not be able to perceive what a zetaflop is. Like if you put a zintillion M&Ms in front of you, you wouldn't know how many there are just by like obviously you wouldn't know like just by looking at it probably with anything, but like your brain can't comprehend what 1 zintillion is or 1 zetatillion is. I don't even know the prefix for it. But like that is just an impossibly big number, but that has to mean good things for Aurora supercomputing and the greater scientific community in general. In terms of flipping on that, going the complete opposite way from supercomputers to microcomputers.
Before you shift the topic, Violet said, "In my old age, I find myself more and more certain that we are straying too far. We're going to get numbers so big it triggers a new Tower of Babel incident."
I do not know what that means. Do you know what that means?
I've heard of the term, like I've heard of Tower of Babel. A zintillion M&Ms would crash your mind and you would die. I don't recall what Tower of Babel is.
Can you elaborate
but,
on Tower of Babel for us? Because neither of us know what you're talking about.
I was also gonna make a comment about that. If you put a zentillion M&Ms in front of me, we need to shut M&Ms down because they are oversupplying the need, the demand.
M&Ms would go broke. The M&M Corporation would go broke. Like Hershey would go broke.
This is the big red button in their office. It's like, send out the zentillion. It floods the earth.
Like,
with
congratulations,
M&Ms.
you emptied
the planet.
You
and
emptied
the
the M&Ms.
Was M&M.
You emptied the M&Ms. Like, how many?
It's M&M has always stood for murder and mayhem. We just didn't know it yet.
But back to microcomputing. In terms the Raspberry Pi Foundation has introduced a new version of Raspberry Pi Zero with the Raspberry Pi Zero 2 watt, or the Raspberry Pi Zero 2. If you don't know, the Raspberry Pi Zero was a great computing tool, which it was a fully functional computer for $4. Enough said, right? Like, it was able to...
Oh yeah, okay, that is.
It was able to make an operating
Tower
system.
of Babel.
Tower of Babel was a biblical story in which humans wanted to build a tower tall enough to reach God. God didn't like the... Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, we are definitely...
Yeah, because everyone started not being able to talk to each other to build the tower.
Yeah.
I actually remember doing a skit about that in after school church club.
I think I don't know. I think we passed that point. I really don't think there's any rhyme or reason to how far we can go, unless Elon Musk suddenly gets a zentillion V-Bucks or something like that. Then we'll have to see. Imagine.
That sounded like something he'd just tweet.
Yeah, honestly. Did you see,
I got a zentillion V-Bucks.
Did you see that he actually became the richest person in the world again?
No, I didn't.
In a single day, his net worth went up $33 billion. Because the price of Tesla stock just like it was crazy.
Bye, Jeffrey.
It was crazy. He's now worth, they're estimating conservatively, $250 billion. That's too much for one person, man. That's
too much. That's too
like,
much for
they also
That's too much for 1 million people.
They said that with 0.05% of his 0.05% of his net worth, he could end world hunger in 4 hours. And it's just like he just won't whatever. We're not talking about that right now. But also something that will make us mad.
Okay, it's time.
You take this one. You take this.
We talked. I think it was last week or the week before.
We've been talking about it for a while, I think.
Yeah. Just the name change. We've been talking about Facebook wanting to expand their metaverse, but just recently we had talked about. Thank God this man pays 0 taxes. Can't imagine doing that to him. Yeah, he tweeted. Elon Musk tweeted. It was. I kept seeing a shit ton of memes about guy, if they tax the rich, they're gonna tax you guys too, and everyone's like, newsflash, asshole! We've been being taxed this entire time! We can't just avoid our taxes like you and your buddies.
Like they're just
Elon fucks.
Like all the politicians and everything and lobbyists, they're very much saying the quiet part out loud. Like they're very much like, oh, tough shit. Like we don't that's not how the world works for us. Like that's pretty much what they're saying without saying it, you know? But yeah. Continue with Facebook.
Yeah. So, Facebook officially announced their rebranding. They are changing their name for the first time since they were created, and we talked previously about workshopped names that they were working with. So one of them was the Facebook, going back to the original name before they were created. No, didn't make the cut. We've got Faceverse. honestly, that was my pick. That was the contender I wanted to win. So I could point and laugh. No, it got cut.
We got Metabook. Metabook.
Metabook. Much like the scene in Social Network where they were like, just Facebook, like get rid of the. They're like, Metabook, get rid of the book. Facebook's official new name is Meta. That's it. That's just it's just the word Meta. 4 letters. 4 small letters for mankind. 1 giant headache for mankind.
Because this has implications now that Mark Zuckerberg is going to try to copyright the term Meta.
Yeah, no, that's the most problematic thing about it. Like, I mean, I have several funny problems with this whole thing.
Oh, I have several serious problems with this whole Meta thing. Like, not the name. The name, that's my only thing. Like, you can't copyright the word. Like,
yeah, no, I'm just talking about the name alone. It's just like, my problems are like, it's dumb. Why would you do this? You could have just named the company Oculus, and like we were talking, you mentioned that, and I really liked that.
Like, think about it, Oculus, you see everything. We all know Facebook spies on you, so it was fitting.
It would have been a perfect name, honestly.
Yeah.
And also kind of a fuck you in its own regard. But I don't like the implications of not being able to use the term like Meta, because it's not going to be seen, like the term is not going to be used in the same light anymore.
Yeah, because like now it's like how like when Trump got elected, you couldn't use the term Trump card anymore. It's like that. Like suddenly the phrase was null and void. Like you couldn't use it without like the other being thought of the other person. It's going to be the same thing.
On a much more serious note, or I guess we can't use the terms like wizard and stuff because of the implications of the KKK. Like some bad things throughout history just steal cool things from us.
Yeah, like just
like Trump card is like a great term, and now it's just poopy.
It has connotations to it that you don't like.
Yeah.
But the name was announced at their keynote. Facebook's Connect event, or Meta's.
I also have a problem with this fucking keynote, okay? Mark Zuckerberg is like, I gotta be in this room. It needs to look like someone lives here. Let's fill the shelf with stock photos of dogs I don't own, and for a final touch, put a bottle of fucking Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce on the shelf. What the Mark Zuckerberg are you
no,
doing?
it's not just on any shelf. Make that note. It's a bookshelf. It was on a bookshelf. It was next to books. And like
he uses the barbecue sauce as a bookmark.
I know it was
There's my page.
I know it was like a pretty harmless joke in the beginning that like Mark Zuckerberg was a robot, but now I just don't think he has I don't think he interacts with people like on a regular basis. Like
I think he goes to bed with Facebook at night.
I think honestly, I was thinking about who the Metaverse is built for. He's building it for himself because he doesn't want to interact with people. Like, that's who he's building it for. But he's compelled to do it. Like, that's why he's making this whole thing. But yeah, like, if you've seen footage of the Metaverse in action at this Connect event, it's making me very uncomfortable because, like, I've seen a lot of allegories to dystopian futures where there is this sort of meta landscape and people only exist in the meta landscape, and then the world, through neglect and sort of like apathy, is turned into this like unlivable apocalyptic hellscape, and the only interaction you have is through this metaverse that they're creating. And that just makes me feel very uncomfortable on where we're going in the future with the metaverse. And like I don't think I am gonna look back on this and say, you know, this was a good thing. Because what is the ultimate goal of the metaverse is what I want to know. Because like it seems like the ultimate goal is to like replace social interaction. to like make like social convention just using the metaverse and nothing else. Because they say they're going to add stores. He has plans to add storefronts to the metaverse. He has plans to add media viewing. He has plans to add gaming directly integrated into the metaverse. He has plans to add virtual experiences like dinners and like tourist destinations inside the metaverse. So like if you think about it, what does that leave for real life?
Honestly, this is awful.
Like
I hate it.
Like the more I thought about this, the more it upset me, and the more I was like, I don't want this. Like I don't want this in real life because like I don't like what they're going for here. But yeah, going off of what was at the Connect event, it makes me. I'm surprised constantly by how I have to remind myself that Facebook is also now somewhat of a gaming brand because of Oculus. Or now Meta is a gaming brand because of Oculus. That's going to be such a bitch to get used to. But at the event,
I'm not going to get used to it out of spite for a time.
At the Connect event that they had where they announced their new name, they said that they announced a new exclusive game for Oculus Quest 2, and it was a big one. GTA San Andreas VR will be an Oculus Quest 2 exclusive in the future.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. I didn't see that coming, honestly. Did not see Rockstar working with Facebook at any point.
No.
But, hey, I'll check it out. I'm interested to see San Andreas from a VR perspective. I don't know. I don't know. But, like, the metaverse? No, not interested. Not interested. I think it's a bad idea all around. Why don't we talk about everything we saw? Did you see the state of play this week?
I didn't, but I saw everything that had been revealed.
Yeah, we've got somewhat of a more laid back state of play. Like it was much more of like the third party and somewhat indie titles that made appearances. Yeah. Got new footage of the new Five Nights at Freddy's, which I'm pretty excited for because it looks pretty good.
It looked really it looks very different compared to the other Five Nights at Freddy's games. However, I don't like I don't like that they made Freddy Fazbear a hunk. I don't like how much like sex appeal they gave Freddy Fazbear in this game.
I think they gave the furries a bit of fan service there. They gave them some more wiggle room to work with.
Glam Rock Chica?
Yeah.
Come on. They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing to me.
For all you Beastars fans out there.
I didn't watch the second season.
There's also an expansion coming to Bug Snacks.
Yeah, I was not expecting.
A free expansion and a large one. Like it adds almost double the playtime to the game.
I still haven't picked it up, but I might pick it up just for the fun of it.
It's called Bug Snacks: The Isle of Big Snacks. And it's honestly pretty funny. I kind of like it. It's like you got the island, the Bug Snacks island, where you explored like bug snacks. And then, like, Big Snacks is supposed to be, like, the dinosaur version of the prehistoric version of Bug Snacks.
That's so cool.
It's like, look at all these, like, forgotten about species that we thought were extinct. They're in the middle of the ocean, preserved in this, like, fucking bubble. Like, it's very interesting. I don't know. We got a new anime game called Star Ocean: The Divine Force.
I believe Star Ocean was a franchise.
I have never heard of Star Ocean before, but it is the game. Apparently, it is the latest entry in the long-running Star Ocean franchise. So apparently, it's a game that has been very popular. I have never heard of it, but it's a popular RPG coming to PS4 and PS5 in 2022. We also got Death's Door coming to PlayStation on November 23rd. I'm pretty excited about that. It's a cheap little indie game. It's $20. And I'm pretty excited about it. It's already available on other platforms, but it's coming to PS4 and PS5. Deathverse is a new battle royale set in the Let It Die universe, which Let It Die was kind of like a what is it? A Dark Souls-esque style game in that when you died, you lost everything and had to start all over again. It was like a game where you did a lot of runs, I guess. It was a roguelike, I want to say. King of Fighters 15 beta starts next month. First Class Trouble is a new PlayStation Plus free title.
Yeah, First Class Trouble is another Among Us.
Among Us slash what is it? Among Us slash
Mafia.
Mafia. Yeah, Among Us slash Mafia.
Amorphous.
Amorphous. We Are OFK is a new indie title, story-based adventure.
Which looks really pretty.
Pretty interesting. It's giving me, I don't know why, it's giving me big Dream Daddy vibes. You understand? Not like a dating sim, but that kind of atmosphere that they're creating with the game, you know. We Are OFK is coming to PS4 and PS5 in 2022. A lot of these games don't have set release dates; they just have release windows.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest indie titles I'm excited for the year, Little Devil Inside, we got more gameplay for that as well. We don't got a release date for that yet, but I believe that's coming in 2022 to PS4 and PS5. So yeah, it's looking like that's about all that was at the state of play. Pretty excited. Pretty excited about this stuff. I like the respect that they're giving to indie stuff. Big respect there. All right, so you take this one. I know you're gonna be upset.
Oh my god, I'm already hungover, and now I have to deal with all of these headaches on stream. Oh my god. So, the newest additions to the Fortnite Metaverse. Oh no! Even now, just saying something like that is. God damn it! Mark Zuckerberg. The newest characters added to the ever-expanding roster of characters to Fortnite are Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield from the Resident Evil franchise. We're starting our week of Resident Evil news off with a
fart and a sputter.
Yeah.
How do you feel about their character designs?
I don't hate them. They actually look.
They seem decent.
Good.
Chris kind of looks like a generic male protagonist, but
it's the Resident Evil Village, Chris.
Like he kind of looks like if you changed his hair a bit, he gives me Joel from The Last of Us vibes.
Yeah, I definitely see it. I wish they would have went with like Resident Evil 5's Chris, because he looks much cooler.
I think they knew.
Instead of he's just like he looks like this is emo Chris.
I think they knew. I think they knew that the more recent one would be fresher in people's minds, and that's why they went with the decision that they did, and also why they went with that with Resident Evil 3's Jill character design. I just picked up Resident Evil 3 today, by the way. It was marked down from $60 to $20, and I was like, oof, yes please.
Yeah. So some of the other things, there's a bunch of back bling, which is like you can have like backpacks and stuff.
Oh, okay.
You can have green herbs as a back bling, with red and blue herb alt styles. There's a typewriter back bling. The Hod Dogger pickaxe and a stun rod pickaxe. I honestly don't know what the Hod Dogger is from.
I'm not caught up on all the
If you look at the image, it's the thing all the way on the right. I have no clue what installment of the franchise that's from. Absolutely no clue.
Nope, I'm not sure either. But yeah, more.
Do I download Fortnite on my PS5 just to buy this bundle? Maybe.
No, I didn't do it for when they added Joker into it. I'm not doing it for this.
You didn't even do it when they added Kratos?
If Joker and Kratos didn't make me go into, and Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn didn't make me do it, then I'm not doing it.
Aloy's in Fortnite?
Aloy was in it.
Oh, I didn't know that one came through.
Yep.
All right. Well,
don't worry, chat. Didn't they add Bloodborne to Fortnite too?
Don't.
Hold on, keep going. Like go on to the next story while I confirm that.
I was about to say, don't worry, chat. The Resident Evil news to follow is much more enjoyable and good on the ears.
They did not add Bloodborne to Fortnite. Okay.
I was about to say because he's like a nameless character. It would be weird to add John.
No, they would call him the Hunter. That's what they.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, John Dark Soul from the titular character of Dark Souls, made famous with the line "Every soul has its dark."
No, they would call if they added a Dark Souls character, they would call them the Cursed, right? Or the Soulless.
They all have different titles.
Yeah, I know
they
all
Chosen Undead, Ashen One,
yeah,
Unkindled One from Dark Souls 3.
Yeah. But like depending on which game they took it from.
So in this news, the Dark Pictures anthology has announced its finale titled "The Devil in Me." In a video that plays at the end, much like with the other titles, when you beat them, you get like a little cutscene at the end of the game of like a teaser of the next one. Like I remember seeing a teaser for Little Hope at the end of Man of Medan. But the cutscene at the end of the Dark Pictures House of Ashes has revealed Devil in Me. And it is the season 1 finale of the Dark Picture anthology. Yeah, which is interesting. So it's going to be seasons.
I'm kind of burnt out on this type of game though. Like I think Until Dawn was such a I feel like Until Dawn, that formula of game should be like preserved in an hourglass. And I feel like they're just trying to like do that again, which like it's fine. You could try to do it again, but like it's not gonna be just the formula is not the only thing that makes a good game like Until Dawn, you know? Because like I played Man of Medan and I found it very underwhelming.
I also played Man of Medan and thought that it was underwhelming as well. I was really bummed with the end. I was just like, that's it? It's just the song. Now it's just the gas from Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
But spoiler. The game's been out for like 5 years. It's not a spoiler.
What, Until Dawn?
No, Man of Medan.
It hasn't been out for 5 years. It's been out for like maybe 3 at most.
You're right. I'm crazy.
Until Dawn has been out since like 2014.
So I'm still kind of invested in it just because I'm curious about the curator.
That's fair.
Because it said they're all he's like the dude who's like essentially like the narrator.
Yeah.
Whereas in like Until Dawn, it was the doctor. I want to know because like they said he's going to have like they're all technically connected, so I want to see how they start connecting, because I've only technically played the first game of the Dark Picture anthology, so now there are 3 out, and now the 4th one has been announced. I guess I got to get on this.
So
I'm
wondering how long this series is gonna go then, if they're planning to do multiple seasons of this. Like, is this gonna be like a long running series like Jackbox?
They stated that the Dark Picture anthology is going to be 8 games.
Okay.
So it looks like it's going to be split up into 2 seasons.
Okay.
What we know about The Devil in Me, it looks like whereas the first 3 games, this is just what I like from knowledge from what I've read. The first 3 games focus more on like supernatural / monster stories. It looks like this new one, The Devil in Me, will focus on like the workings of a like twisted sadistic human, where we see a snippet of like a half robot, half human, like cyborg type of thing. So it's like the machinations of a madman, so to speak. which looks kind of it looks refreshing because you can only do the ghost story, and it was just the gas so many times.
Yeah, it's kind of a beat to death trope at this point, you know. More God of War PC news. Apparently Sony is outsourcing the development of it to another company.
Interesting.
It is the studio that worked on the PC ports of Dark Souls and Orcs Must Die, and that's why I'm nervous.
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
because
all I know,
I am not a Dark Souls fan particularly.
I am, and I have heard nothing but awful things about the PC port.
PC port of the first game especially. Like, it was not good. Like, and like, if it's the same company that did that, I'm like, I have faith that they've learned from their mistakes, and that, like, Sony is very protective with the God of War property and with their, like, single player IPs in general. So, like, I have faith that this will work out, because they're probably getting more funding from Sony to do this, I would imagine. Like, a considerable amount, I would think. But I'm just a little skeptical on the success of it. I still might think that the console version might be the way to go for at least a couple weeks after it releases. But I could be wrong on that. And we both of us were wrong today, as we will discuss later.
Yeah, I'm ready to admit the error in my ways.
Yeah, so am I. Okay, Payday fans, Payday 3 is in development and apparently will be set in a living enormous New York City.
Which sounds really cool, because the first one was a fictional city. It took place I think it was like Newport City, and then Payday 2 took place in Washington D.C. But this one like they're going big for this one.
Concept art that they shared is that you will be able to pull off a heist from the Museum of Natural History, which sounds great. Honestly, that sounds awesome.
Fucking fun.
That sounds awesome.
What we know about the game, it takes place a few years after Payday 2, and it brings back the crew. They come out of retirement for the big one, essentially.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I was never like a huge Payday fan, because like I feel like I just missed the buck of when it was popular.
Yeah, I think we were just like we were just not the right age for it at the time.
Yeah, because Payday 1, when did that come out? Like 2007. Payday 1 release date. Yeah, Payday 1 came out in 2011. The second one came out, I believe, in 2013. So, like, we were still like focused on other things, and we were like that's like middle school age for us. So like you know, like Payday wasn't something that showed up on our radar. We didn't really know it. Primarily because I think it was a PC first game, and PC gaming back in 2011 was oof. And also we couldn't afford one back then. But yeah, I'm excited about Payday 3. These new Xbox controllers though,
they look so
I
pretty.
am very impressed. Like,
they are gorgeous.
I'm really excited about them. So these are like Duke style Xbox 360 controllers that they're bringing for Xbox Series X's, and they're doing these in honor of the 20th anniversary of Xbox this year. I'm posting the link in the chat if you guys want to take a look at the controllers yourself. But these controllers look very good. It should be noted that the controllers do cost $90.
Oh.
So that is a lot, but it is I think, limited edition controller, so that explains it.
Yeah, I get it. It's just
and they know I'll pay it. If I had an Xbox, I would pay. Like, I would get one of these controllers. It looks cool. I think especially the white one. Like, I like the white one the best, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks very cool. It hits me right in my nostalgia bone, you know.
I mean,
Okay.
the purple Cortana one's really cool too.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is that your favorite?
I like growing up with my original Xbox. I would probably go with the 20th anniversary black model, just because that was the controller that like, I had a black controller on my original Xbox.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think the green and the black is just iconic.
Yes.
Also, sad news for Xbox owners, or Xbox 360 owners in particular. Halo 3 Xbox 360 servers are shutting down as of January 2022, as well as all entries in the series. Their online servers are shutting down for Xbox 360 as well. Very sad. Master Chief is no longer going to be available on the Xbox 360 online, and you can only play locally. Very sad. End of an era. You know, I feel like Halo 3, like, first gen Xbox was like, I think, peak Halo. But like Xbox 360 Halo was still like banger, you know. It was still like great.
The only one I ever played was Halo 3. I did a co-op playthrough on the hardest difficulty, got all the way through it.
Hell yeah. It makes me so sad that co-op is not going to be there at launch with Infinite. So sad. It's not gonna be there until 3 months after launch.
Oh.
So sad. Which at that point, to be fair, like, the most popularity I think a game for the most part is ever gonna get is at or near launch, because that's when all the advertisement for it is going on. And like, there are exceptions to the rule, like Among Us, where it was developed and then like 2 years later blew up overnight. But for the most part, what we see is like games like have their launch period, that's their peak popularity, and then they die down.
Thanks for tuning in, Violet.
And they sort of settle in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. All right, do you want to talk about the N64 Online expansion?
Why are you giving all of the angry headache topics to me?
Because I want to hear you get passionate, dude. I want to hear you get fired up.
I'll pass on this one, just because I mean, it's honestly, this is like the just desserts out, because we were saying that we're not gonna get the Nintendo Online Plus, and now it's looking like that was the correct move.
Yeah. So going off of that, it looks like numerous player reports are flooding in rather, that N64 games on the Nintendo Switch Online expansion are suffering gross performance issues with terrible input lag and abominable frame rate issues, saying that the game is just not a good experience. And I've seen many users saying, if you own an N64, just get that one, or if you have the ability to get a used one, just get that. This is not worth it. So yeah, make your own decision based on that, but it does appear that the N64 Online expansion is very much not ready for mass rollout in the way that Nintendo suggested it would be.
Yeah.
So yeah, make your own decisions based on that. But yeah.
I'm sticking with the one I made.
Sticking with the one you made? What do you mean?
The decision that not to get.
Yeah. I was like, what? I was like, what did you make? Is it a present?
I made you this.
You made me this? Is it? Oh. Okay, going off of that, you should watch the animated Injustice movie, because there's what you just did reminds me of something that's in there.
Okay.
You should watch it. I think you'll find it funny.
I'll watch it for that one moment, and I'll be like,
nice. I actually own it, so if you want to come over and watch it together, I think that'd be
okay.
That'd be cool. Because like it's $20, and I already bought it, so I don't think you should pay $20 when I already own it. Also, a Quiet Place video game seems to be in the works, which sort of seemingly came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
The developers say that you will quote, experience an untold story of survival. The game is due for release sometime in 2022. I don't believe that it's going to stick to that release date, considering how late in the game it was announced. Like, it seems like they're still heavy into development on this. And the game is being created by Saber Interactive, ILLOGIKA. I don't know how you pronounce the studio, and Epitome. And it's looking like this is going to be a spin-off of the Quiet Place movies, suggesting that it will not take place in the universe where John Krasinski played the main character. So,
gotcha.
That is something to note if you're a big Quiet Place fan. All right, you do the next one. I'm gonna give all the Resident Evil news to you.
Yes.
No,
just
I got one more before that.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like
you got me so excited.
It's not like anybody cares about this anyway, but I figured it was worth mentioning.
I mean, it's nice to hear. It's like finally there's like a good turnaround, I guess.
I feel like it's worth mentioning, at least considering from a tech perspective. So, according to Activision, which, you know, take that with a mountain of salt, Call of Duty Vanguard will reportedly be significantly smaller than previous entries in the series on your hard drive. Apparently, the game will save between 30 to 50% on next-gen consoles and PC hard drive space in comparison to previous entries like Modern Warfare and Cold War, which, hey, if you can if you can cut the storage size of that massive, almost 200 gigabyte game at launch by half, that's a massive improvement, because that, at least then Red Dead is more than you, okay? At least then Red Dead and Microsoft Flight Simulator are bigger games than you, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that is a massive improvement, having a massive storage size like that. All right, you take this one, because I feel like you'll be really excited to talk about this one.
So I really am, and now that I have money, because I've been broke all week, I am going to hop into this, because it looks so good. On October 26th, an officially licensed Resident Evil board game showed up on Kickstarter, and it had an initial goal of around it was a little over $100,000. Let me just get the its initial funding goal was $137,000. Weird, 137 gang rise up. But it crushed its goal within the first 24 or 48 hours. It has now since surpassed $900,000 funded, and without, it's not showing signs of stopping. It's still got like 2 weeks left of its funding window. I am so excited, and like I saw a couple of like the screenshots of like playtesters, like what it looks like. Ooh, it gives me enough Betrayal at House on the Hill vibes to get me.
I was actually gonna say, do you think this could be a big competitor to Betrayal on the House on the Hill?
Sure.
Like like on the same level as them? Like, do you think they could potentially come for their lunch?
I'm not sure. I need to see more of the game before I could really make a decision on that. The reason I compared the two is the way, like, I think it looks like an ever-expanding board, or like an expanding map of the game.
Yeah.
Which it could be like randomly generated, so it's different every time.
Procedurally generated.
Yeah. I think it will. If it isn't a. Should it be like similar enough? I don't think it would necessarily be a competitor. I think it would it would be like falling in the same weight class, like, or like the same category. So it's like another big staple in the
that's what I mean.
Procedurally generated game.
Well, that's what I mean by competitive. Like, do they have the capacity to compete with that sort of game genre?
I would think so, just because of how much draw the Resident Evil franchise itself has.
Yeah. Like, it's like instant brand recognition for most people who know video games at all.
Yeah.
Just a quick little tidbit. Apple Music is now directly integrated into PS5s and the PS5 in the PS5 interface. So if you have Apple Music, you can now get it on your PS5. So that's pretty cool. Turns out we might have Activision Blizzard good news.
I'm so shocked, honestly.
Activision Blizzard, a spokesperson for the company has said that they will implement a new zero-tolerance harassment policy across its entire company. Didn't think that was a crazy thing to implement in companies, but here we are, I guess. And in addition to that, CEO Bobby Kotick, the long-running goblin of the Activision Blizzard conglomerate, said that he will take a massive pay cut. Where's his direct statement? I want to get it.
I did hear about this. His pay. It was like
something along the lines of I am taking as small a salary as the California Labor Bureau will allow me.
Yes, that I did see that. It's like literally the smallest salary he could have
legally.
That the state of California will legally allow.
Which, I mean, you know, that's a nice gesture, I guess. But it's
and now what you gonna do with the small salary? You gonna donate it to places you should donate it?
It's kind of undercut by the fact that your net worth is already in the hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
You know, like the damage has already been done. Like.
Oh yeah. Okay. So he's rubbing sugar in the wound instead of salt.
Yeah. He's offering an olive branch,
a spoonful of sugar helps the abscesses go away, right?
He's offering an olive branch, but he's like eating the olives. You know?
I was about to say he's offering an olive branch to a fire.
Yeah. But yeah,
Hi, Maddie and Maddie. Oh my goodness.
Some kind of good news, I guess.
We got the Maddies in chat.
Oh wow. Hello. Hi. I'm getting double teamed by Maddies all over the place.
I don't like that. You take that sentence back.
All right, let's
All right. You take this one, I'll take the next one.
What about I lost my spot.
PlayStation
Okay,
5.
so PS5s have broken another sales record. PS5s.
Congratulations, scalpers, we've done it.
Sony has now sold 13.4 million PlayStation 5 consoles since launch. It's actually I looked at it on the calendar, and November 12th is going to be the 1-year anniversary of the launch. And
really?
November 5th is actually the launch of the Series X and S. That's the 1-year anniversary.
It's
almost been 1 year. 1 year is coming up.
Wow. Time flies. Why am I just got this like wave of age and nostalgia? That was such a genuine I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. You talk about this one because you take some pride as a Resident Evil fan.
PlayStation 5 was not the only thing to reach a sales milestone. Resident Evil 8 has sold 5 million copies in a little over 5 months since it's come out. Resident Evil Village, not Resident Evil 5. Sorry.
You read the first part of the Roman numeral.
Yes. I'm still from the Fortnite conversation. I was talking about Resident Evil 5, Chris. It was fresh in the head. No, so Resident Evil Village has sold 5 million copies in just over 5 months since its launch, shattering Resident Evil Village. Jesus Christ, Resident Evil 7's.
It hurt itself in the confusion.
I'm trying today, guys. I'm considering how I feel inside today physically. This is I'm very active, which I'm happy about. I suffer through it for you guys. No, Village has sold 5 million copies in under half the time of Resident Evil 7. It took over a year for Resident Evil 7 to sell 5 million copies. However, earlier this month, we had mentioned Resident Evil 7 has sold over 10 million copies worldwide, becoming the first game in the Resident Evil franchise to do so. So it's this one. So, though Resident Evil 7 is the most successful Resident Evil game per unit sold, Village is coming for it pretty quick. I'm really excited about it.
Pretty
and
interested
like
in that.
Capcom's just eating this up. They are nothing but W's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
They're raking in the cash right now.
They have record sales profits for 2 quarters in a row.
That's why I don't get this whole like thing with Sony, like it costs like their whole like victim narrative where they're saying like it costs $70 to make games now. It doesn't cost that. Revenues have never been higher. Gaming has never been more popular than it is today. I don't understand where they're coming from with that. Makes me mad.
That's a whole other story.
Speaking of PlayStation.
Yeah, speaking of PlayStation.
They have recently launched an official PlayStation PC label, confirming their commitment to the PC platform, saying that they do intend to bring significant more properties to Steam directly. So that is pretty interesting. I hope we get Bloodborne on PC, which I have hope. I have hope because of this.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, uncapped frame rate Bloodborne
Sorry,
would look.
My mom walked in.
Oh, it's fine. Uncapped frame rate Bloodborne would look so good.
Honestly, like, because I tried to play it on the PS5 and it looks better than the PS4, but it's
got dips.
You could.
It's got dips.
Okay, it is a dream of mine that I've had. It's. I'm reading the chat now. I'm catching up in the chat.
Oh, this is correct.
It was one dream, okay?
This is the only correct answer.
It was one moment of weakness.
It was one moment of weakness. All right, do you want to say the next one? Oh, by the way, going off of this next one, I owe you an apology, because it turns out I did not know the free 5th anniversary PSVR games that Sony was going to be releasing for the 5th anniversary of the platform. That this confirmed that I was wrong, so I apologize for calling you out on that.
It's fine. PlayStation Plus November 2021 lineup. We're getting 6 games. It includes Knockout City.
It's pretty good free to play stuff.
Yeah, like I remember watching like a little bit of gameplay of Knockout City. It's like a really fun sports game if you get like a group of friends to play it.
I think it's a group of 3. Like it's like a 3v3 game, I think.
First Class Trouble, Knockout City for PS5 and PS4, and Kingdoms of Amular Re-Reckoning on PS4.
I believe that's pronounced Amular.
Amular. Look at the U's. Look at the U and the A.
Amular.
Amular.
All right, I don't teach diction. All right, I'm not gonna argue this with you all day. We'll just agree to disagree. All right.
Okay. God damn it! You just apologized for like we had just solved an issue, like a contention point, and there's already another.
And
one.
Because I was proven wrong, so when I'm proven wrong on this, then I'll apologize. Until then, I'm gonna deny.
You're getting mad for once.
Until then, I'll deny it.
But to celebrate PlayStation VR's 5th anniversary, we're also getting 3 VR games: The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners, The Persistence, and Until You Fall.
Pretty cool.
I'm really excited.
The Persistence was very underrated, I feel like.
Okay, I was really excited to see Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners.
That is like a blockbuster VR title. I still haven't finished it, but I really need to. It's such a good game.
Yeah,
such a good
game. So we are,
and it's scary too.
We are eating like kings this month for free games on PS Plus.
Also,
speaking of VR, this was a
lot of VR news.
I mean, we mentioned it up top a little bit, but you can go into this now.
This isn't in the doc. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll open that in a new tab. This isn't in the doc, but at Facebook's Connect event, they sort of teased their next generation of Oculus VR which is codenamed Project Cambria, which focuses on high-end face and eye tracking. So tracking your eyes and your facial movements. Which if it was any other company in the world doing this, I wouldn't feel as bad about it. But because it's meta facefuck, then I have a problem with it.
I'm gonna call it Meta.
You Meta male.
Yeah, I was about to say Meta male, rarer than an alpha, rarer than beta male.
That's like 13th on the totem pole.
Meta bail.
But other VR news from Facebook that I'm actually very pleased about, like no joke. So it's been noted and agreed upon for a while now that like you could log in to Facebook with an Oculus account, but you have to integrate Facebook to use it. And it was actually agreed upon between Oculus and Facebook that going into 2023, you wouldn't be able to use an Oculus account, and you would only be able to use a Facebook account to log into it. So it would be Facebook would be the standard login, and you wouldn't be able to have an Oculus account anymore. That requirement is now done away with. Now they have
That's so nice.
They have completely removed the requirement to log into Facebook via Oculus, and I believe that they were going to push that with a software update further. A Facebook account is no longer going to be required to use the Oculus Quest hardware, which is amazing, and that should have been there from the beginning. You shouldn't have been required to use Facebook if you paid $300 for it.
Yeah.
Or $400, depending on which model you get. But I think that's a big win for Quest owners. I was like, the reason I own so few games on the Quest, I think I own like maybe 4 or 5 games, is because
I have Beat Saber, I have Cosmo Dread, which is like a horror game, and that's it.
I think I don't know.
I'm honestly, now that I have my money, I'm probably gonna pick up Resident Evil 4.
I don't know the exact amount, but like it's around a handful of games that I have on the platform. But like that's a reason why I didn't invest more heavily in it, is because of that requirement.
Yeah. All right, you need to explain this one to me, because I mean I already don't understand blockchain, but this is just adding another fuel to the absurdity of the situation for me. That was a deep cut.
Cool. So blockchain has to do with how sort of transactions are processed. I'm not going to be the best at explaining it, but
it's fine. We can watch videos on it later and be like,
But
yes.
it's sort of like the reason that they say blockchain is like the most secure information storage technology that there is today is because it's decentralized, so it's not beholden to any like agency, and 2 is because it's all these lines of code and all these encryptions are stored in chains, and like I don't know how to effectively explain it. So I think you and me will have to personally
we'll go on an adventure of learning what the fuck blockchain is for you guys, and we'll try to explain it in
like I don't know how to effectively explain it. I'm aware of what the technology is, but I don't know how to convey it. Like
we'll do it for stream 25. We'll have a big milestone stream, and
personally I don't really care for blockchain games or the concept of them, but like Ubisoft apparently does, because they're planning to make blockchain games, or at least games that contain blockchain-esque technology, which enable more play-to-earn sort of games. So blockchain really just all you need to think about is like it has to do with how information is stored. That's how information is stored.
But like I don't really I get that enough now, but I don't understand what a blockchain game would entail.
Neither do I. I don't know how that would look in practice, other than like implementing NFTs like you would cryptocurrency. Do you know what NFTs are?
Non-fungible tokens, yeah.
Non-fungible tokens, yeah. Essentially, yeah. But yeah, I'm assuming that's what the atmosphere is going to look like, at least. But yeah, Ubisoft is working on blockchain games, or wants to work on blockchain games. All right, have you heard about this next one?
Yes. Okay.
Have you heard about it?
This is the meme is like from Always Sunny. Can we talk about the Warner Brothers Smash Bros. Clone? I've been dying to talk about the Warner Brothers Smash Bros. Clone. Okay, so a while back, it was supposedly leaked that Warner Brothers was going to be making like essentially a Smash Bros. Like fighting game, a clone of like their own fighting game. Supposedly titled Warner Brothers Multiverses. First of all, fantastic fucking name.
See, Facebook, that's how you name something.
That's how you name something.
That's how you name a metaverse / multiverse type.
So, a leaked art, supposed leaked art of the platform game, it's supposedly
it's not even art. It's like a leaked roster menu, or at least a partial roster menu.
It has it also shows some of the characters. Are you ready for? Can I do the honors of reading this list off?
Please do it.
Okay, so it starts with the list starts with an unknown original character. So there might be like Warner Bros. Might be expanding their metaverse.
I hate I hate the precedent that Facebook is setting. Facebook is setting a precedent that every big tech company is going to build their own metaverse.
It's going to be
a shit show.
We're going to drown in it.
Like
yeah, it's insane. So okay, unknown original character, Steven Universe, Batman, and Harley Quinn.
Take your time with these, please. Go through them slowly. Let people absorb these.
You will be able to, Maddie, because Bugs Bunny from Looney Tunes is going to be in the game. Shaggy from Scooby-Doo is going to be in the game as well. So you will see Bugs Bunny take on Shaggy in this stellar fighting game that I'm praying is real. Please, God, let this game be real. I want this game to be real with my whole heart. So, okay. Steven Universe, Batman, and Harley Quinn from DC. We have Finn and Jake from Adventure Time. We have Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Superman. Shaggy can fight Superman, dude.
Dude, Steven Universe can fight Superman.
And Wonder Woman. So we got 4 DC characters. Nice,
yeah.
Nice.
We got the big 3 from DC plus Harley Quinn.
Showing the love where it's due.
This next one
Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty. Bugs Bunny and Bugs Bunny from Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry from Tom and Jerry. Oh. And this probably isn't the full roster.
This is a partial roster. I heard that they're gonna try to add at least 30 characters to the default roster. And this is only the first dozen.
I had to hold my hands down here, or you would have seen it go everywhere.
I was talking to Maddie about it, and I was like, imagine the rest of the people that they're gonna. I was like, imagine the rest of the people that I was talking to Maddie about it. I was like, imagine the rest of the people they're gonna add, like Johnny Bravo, fucking Johnny Quest, Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory, the Powerpuff Girls, fucking Samurai Jack. Like,
stop. I'm getting woozy. All the blood in my body is rushing to my raging gamer erection right now. I'm going to pass out if you keep saying these things.
Oh, I can't stand it. But
my God.
I was saying that I clowned. I did clown on the Nickelodeon one.
It's joking. It's just, and like that one's kind of funny.
That's sort of a meme game.
Like it could be a contender.
I will buy this if this is real.
I'm so scared because we still don't technically know.
Because it's not official. It's not official.
This could be an elaborate hoax, and I will. That's one more reason why I don't want to be alive.
I don't know if it is.
If it was a hoax.
I don't know if it is. You know why? Because there was a few weeks or months back we got. Did you see that little teaser video from Warner Brothers showing the Ultra Instinct Shaggy cannon thing?
Yes, in the Mortal Kombat.
I think okay, so that confirms. I think Scorpion is going to be in this as well for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that was actually earlier when I was reading through the list. I was going to bring up that little teaser. You know, thinking about it, that may have been the start.
That may
of
have
this.
been that because it was kind of mysterious.
That may have been them sowing the seeds.
That may have been like Warner Brothers sort of been like, oh, what's this, guys?
That fucking Ultra Instinct shit. Like it was so great.
Like I'm so excited.
Well, honestly, Warner Bros has been like in the last like few months, they've been like I think about them. Like I actually think about Warner Brothers. I'm like, I wonder what this company is doing.
Warner Brothers in the DC universe has been taking L's. I believe the turnaround point for them, for like where they stopped taking L's consistently was either I think it was Wonder Woman where they stopped taking massive L's all the time. And because like there was Suicide Squad came out in 2016, that was terrible. Then Wonder Woman, I think, was the turning point. Then a year later, Aquaman came out. It was like, at the time, it was regarded as the best DC movie. And then year after that, you got Shazam. Year after that, you got Wonder Woman 1984, which is another great movie. And we're getting the Batman next year. If you saw DC, we talked about DC Fandom a couple weeks ago. Like there's working on so many cool things. So many cool things. So much cool things. I feel like cool things announced. Like I was thinking about this today. I feel like we're witnessing this is just like when Nintendo stopped being competitive in terms of performance capability with their consoles. So like the GameCube was like the last time that hardware was like on par with like the PS2 or like the Xbox. And then like this is akin to when Nintendo said, fuck you guys, I'm doing weirdo shit. And they made the Wii and started doing stuff with, like, motion controls. I feel like we're watching that. But, like, we love it.
Fuck you, Marvel. We don't want to compete. We want to do our own thing and do it the way we want to
do
it well.
But, like, the fans are like, yes! Because this is what we've wanted. Because this is what we've always wanted.
Okay, Kevin. It's time.
It's time to admit when we're wrong and own up to things.
We talked, like, you admitted you were wrong about the VR games. Now it's time for us to both admit that we were both wrong. Reviews of the Guardians of the Galaxy game are out, and they are very positive. I've heard, like, I've only seen good press about the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
I have personally seen more in-depth gameplay and story elements from the game, and I can honestly say that I was wrong about this game.
Yeah, same. I can't remember about you, but I particularly bashed this game. Especially after finding out the file size, I was like, oh hell no, because it's a big game. It's a really big game.
Only on PC though. On PC, the 80 gigabytes is, I believe, the largest storage.
Oh, I thought it was something over 100 from what I saw.
Oh, it got reduced to 80 on PC.
Okay.
Guardians. Yeah, but you can keep talking about that.
And because I was so hurt by the Avengers game that I was like,
even that seems to be redeeming itself lately with the Wakanda expansion, and I think my new lease on it, like I'm a Spider-Man fanboy, I can't help it. I think my new lease on it is I'm gonna get it on PS5 when the exclusive DLC, the Spider-Man DLC drops, and I think I'm just gonna get that then, because honestly, I can't hate any Spider-Man game, no matter how hard I try. That's true. No matter how hard I try.
Now it's like both Kevin. I've taken a full 180 where I'm actually going to be picking this game up.
So am I. No, honestly, so am I. It's like full price probably.
Yeah, I want to get it now to be a part of the wave. That's how much I'm actually like.
I was like, wow. I was
either way
very
though.
wrong.
Either way though, I feel like it's not bad because like if you don't play a game at launch, one, this is a single player game. Like so like you really doesn't matter when you play it. You're not gonna miss the hype. You might miss the hype train, but that's all you're gonna miss. But honestly, if you wait to play single player games, they tend to get more love with time. Because like single player games tend to get DLC, story expansions, or stuff like that. So if you end up waiting for this, I probably won't because I'm impatient with Marvel and superhero related stuff in general.
Yes.
So like
It's just can't get enough.
like
I'm hungry.
like I was like my retro.
Okay, complete derailment for a second. Speaking of like earlier, like obviously I had my Taco Bell. I got so much Taco Bell that I felt compelled to order 2 drinks to make the person at the drive-thru think I was getting food for 2 people.
You got self-conscious by the amount you ordered.
I ordered two large Mountain Dews, and I drank them both.
We all been there. Nope, this meal.
I was sitting there in my mind as I was eating the last of it, like, cause I fucking housed that Taco Bell. I was sitting there, like, drinking the Mountain Dew when its stream is going, and I was just like,
It's like, oh, you got a friend over or something?
Okay, but no, that was my quick side note.
I actually like going off of like I'm just obsessed with superhero video games. Like I was actually going through the list on Wikipedia of every superhero video game ever made, and I was like, all right, I want that one. I want that one. I went down the entire line. I spent like an hour doing this. I was like, I want that one. I want that one. And I went on eBay and I was like, okay, get this one. Got to get this system so I can play that. And I was like, I just love superhero games, man, even if they're bad. All right, you talk about this next one.
Okay. Yeah. U.S. Netflix has announced that, as well as Kuroko's Basketball Last Game, which I believe is a movie for Kuroko's Basketball. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind coming in November. To get, obviously they need. It only makes sense. I was like super shocked and excited for like half a second, and then I was like, yeah, Stone Ocean, the following season, is going to be coming to Netflix in December, right? So they kind of need to have the rest of it on the platform. But yeah, they will be able to stream November 1st.
Nice.
Let's see. Just a quick refresher. The live action Cowboy Bebop, which actually looks very good. I've been watching the trailers for it. It looks very well done.
I actually do want to watch it.
That's coming November 19th.
Oh, really? How many episodes is it?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look into the Well, I can talk about it. It'll be brought up again, in a few weeks when it's like within a week of release. We will definitely talk about that again. But I just wanted a quick update because I'm very excited for it. Yeah.
That's pretty much it, right? Cowboy Bebop's Netflix adaptation will have 10 episodes in the first season.
Sweet.
Pretty cool.
I like what I hear.
All right, we're gonna get you out of here with what to watch, / play this weekend. This weekend. And
yep,
we'll get you right out of here. So first up, we got Iron Harvest Complete Edition is out on PS5 and Xbox Series X. Age of Empires 4 is out on Windows exclusively, which, yeah, like, Age of Empires, man. I don't know if Maddie Palmerino is still in the chat, but Doctor Who: The Edge of Reality, new Doctor Who game, is out on Windows, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X.
Might have to take a peek at it. Oh,
it's only $25.
Oh wow. Just a quick thing. Last little bit of anime news. From Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. The Japanese calligraphy used in the series was added to Adobe fonts.
I love it. I'm excited.
Which I think that is so wholesome.
I think that's pretty cool, actually.
The game that just came out for it has a million copies in circulation already.
Nice. I mean, anime fighting games are like, can't go wrong with them, really. Except
can't go wrong.
Maybe Jump Force. You could probably attest to that, probably.
don't want to
Dusk.
talk about Jump Force.
Dusk is out on Nintendo Switch exclusively. Fatal Frame. Or wait, no, it's not. Forget what I said about that. Dusk is out on Nintendo Switch. Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater is out on Windows, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. Happy Game, which is a indie horror game, is out on Windows and Nintendo Switch. Riders Republic is out on Windows, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Google Stadia. Saint Kotar is out on Windows exclusively. Undernauts Labyrinth of Yomi. I don't know what the hell I just read. Is out on Windows, Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars is out on Windows, Nintendo Switch, and PS4. Guardians of the Galaxy, which we've talked about, is out on Windows, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. And finally, Mario Party Superstars is out on Nintendo Switch exclusively. The new Mario Party, everyone. Likely going to be the last Mario Party that we see on the Nintendo Switch. I presume.
Understandable.
All right, take it away with movies.
All right, you gotta get TV up quick because this is a short list.
Got it.
All right, we've got The Deer King, also which is an animated movie that looks very wholesome. Along with it, we have Antlers, which is not animated and looks like a terrifying movie. We have My Hero Academia: World Heroes Mission is out. We gotta go see that this week.
I gotta watch the other two.
What?
I gotta watch the other two.
I gotta watch the second one. Let's have a movie marathon. I totally didn't know that this was a thing or coming. We have Jeepers Creepers Reborn. A new installment in the Jeepers Creepers horror franchise.
That makes me think that it's not gonna be good because we haven't heard much about it.
Yeah. We have Last Night in Soho, which actually, I saw trailers for that. That looked really cool. Really weird. And we have Army of Thieves.
That it?
That's it.
All right. So for TV this weekend, it's another short list. We got Scooby-Doo, Where Are You Now at 8 p.m. tonight. New season of that. I don't know what that is. We got Fairfax, new season of that on Apple TV+. We got Colin in Black and White limited series on Netflix. And we have a new season of Swagger out on Apple TV+. So that's what we got to watch / play this weekend.
Hey chat, what should I play next? I just got the platinum trophy for Miles Morales, so I can give it back to Kevin and I can get it off of my PlayStation. What do I play next? We've got Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, you're giving them the contenders that you're willing to do?
Yes. And Undertale.
Can I cast my vote?
Yes,
you already know what my vote is.
I know. I do already know what your vote is. Oh, also, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna pull up Steam real quick just to give a third option. Give like a wild card. Wild card, bitches, yeah. That is the second Always Sunny quote this stream.
Is there a reason you're holding your finger like a Bond villain?
No, not at all.
It just sort of landed there.
It just sort of happened. Oh, freaking Bayonetta.
Which one?
Because I've never played the first one, but I have it.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
Do you have the first one on Steam?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I bought it like my freshman year of college.
Damn.
And it couldn't run at the time, so I was like, oh, okay.
I'm wondering if it might have compatibility issues these days, but I don't think so. I think it should be fine.
Yeah.
But my vote is Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, I don't know, you claim you're a Sony fanboy and yet you haven't played it, so.
I didn't say I was a Sony fan. I mean, I have been in the past. It's both. It's fine. It's happening to me too. Like
we're not
you're
Sony
watching
fanboys,
it happen.
We're not Sony fanboys, but like we love Sony properties. There's a difference. All right. that is it from us. We both have to go.
I wait in bated breath for everyone's responses because they'll come in like a little bit.
They'll come in a little bit
shortly after. Yeah.
We have to go. But we will see you on Sunday with more Dead Space.
Halloween night, baby.
Halloween night. I think we're gonna be making it a slightly longer stream than usual.
All right.
Just for the spooky occasion.
Sweet. Well, I got to vote for Undertale. Love to see it.
Undertale.
Nut dealer.
Undertale for me is just like, it feels like a daunting game, honestly.
I can see that. I also I'm doing it honestly. It's almost like a visual album in my partially like that's one way I look at it in my head because
or like a visual novel. Visual novel, you mean?
No, a visual like a visual
Oh, because of
album.
music.
Yeah, because well, majority of the reason I'm playing it is because I want to listen to it.
It is a great soundtrack. I will say that. It's pretty great.
But yeah, that's it from us.
We will see you on Sunday with Dead Space, and this show